You've probably heard about rental cash damming, the strategy that promises to crush your mortgage faster and reduce your taxes. But here's the thing, just because it's powerful doesn't mean it's right for you. In this video, I'm going to show you the hidden pitfalls most people overlook so you can decide if it's a smart move or a financial trap. Rental cash damming is a strategy that allows real estate investors or people with basement suites to convert non-deductible mortgage debt, like the mortgage on your primary residence, into a tax-deductible investment debt over time. Here's how it works. Instead of using rental income to pay for rental property expenses directly, investors first apply that rental income as an extra prepayment towards their primary residence mortgage. Since this reduces the mortgage principal, the same amount is then re-borrowed from a re-advanceable home equity line of credit. This HELOC is to cover the rental property expenses. This process effectively shifts the mortgage debt from being personal non-deductible to investment-related tax-deductible. Over time, more of the mortgage interest becomes eligible for tax deductions, lowering the investor's taxable income and generating significant tax refunds that can be used to further accelerate mortgage payoff. The end result, investors pay down their home mortgage faster, reduce their tax burden, and improve cash flow without needing any extra income. Now let's walk through the 5 reasons why you might not be a good fit for this strategy. Number 1, you have a short amortization. Rental cash damming is a long-term strategy, and like any long game, the real benefits show up with time. If your mortgage only has 10 or 12 years left, you simply may not have enough runway to unlock the full power of the strategy. Why? Because the biggest financial wins, the tax deductions, the interest savings, and the ability to recycle debt all compound the longer you do it. If you're down to the final stretch of your mortgage, most of your payments are already going toward principal anyway, and there's less non-deductible interest to convert. Plus, you'll be re-borrowing for rental expenses at a time when you might not want to carry new debt. In most cases, you'll want at least 15 years remaining on your amortization to see meaningful gains. Otherwise, the effort of tracking and setup involved might not be worth it. And your time might be better spent looking at other payoff or tax planning options. Number 2, you're not comfortable managing debt properly. This strategy requires you to borrow money every single month to cover your rental expenses. Essentially, you're using a line of credit to pay off your mortgage and expenses, and if you don't track it properly, you could end up mismanaging funds. If you're someone who avoids checking your bank statements or doesn't have a solid budget in place, rental cash damming could actually make your finances messier, not better. This strategy requires some hands-on effort. If you're an investor who just wants to collect rent checks and move on with your day, this might not be for you. Some investors love the idea of maximizing every financial advantage possible, but if you prefer a more passive approach, there are other ways to structure your mortgage that might be a better fit. This is not a set it and forget it strategy, especially at the beginning. It does take some setup and correct procedures to be put in place to make sure the strategy runs effectively. Number 3, you plan to sell your property in the near future. Another major reason to reconsider rental cash damming is if you're planning to sell your property in the next few years. Why? Because this strategy works best when you run it long term. The real benefits like mortgage interest deductions and tax savings compound over time. If you sell too soon, you won't have built up enough tax advantage to really see the payoff. So if you're looking for a quick exit from real estate, this probably isn't the strategy to bet on. Number 4, you're not comfortable with CRA scrutiny. While rental cash damming is 100% legal, it requires good record keeping to show our friends at the CRA that the funds are being used for your rental business and they're being well tracked and not commingled with other debts. The Canada Revenue Agency may ask for proof that the borrowed funds were actually used for investment purposes. If you haven't kept clear records, like bank statements and transaction logs, you could find yourself in an uncomfortable situation during tax season. Now, if you're organized and meticulous, this isn't a problem, but if the thought of dealing with a potential CRA audit makes you sweat, you might want to think twice before diving into this strategy. And number 5, rising interest rates could reduce the strategy's effectiveness. Interest rates have been all over the place in recent years. Rental cash damming works best when borrowing costs are relatively stable. Because the strategy relies on holding a large balance on a home equity line of credit, you could find yourself in a rising rate environment with a very large debt servicing cost. This increase in debt servicing cost can outweigh the financial benefit. This is also why regular check-ins on your plan can be crucial as you work with someone who can help address these issues as they arise. And that's it. 5 reasons why cash damming might not be a fit for you. Like any financial tool, it works best when used in the right situation. If you have steady rental income, a solid mortgage structure, and the discipline to track your finances, this could be a game changer. I'll also point out that a number of the 5 issues that can pop up could easily be solved by working with a cash damming specialist who can guide you through the process. Implementation is key, and it is a service that I do offer. If you'd like to book a free rental cash damming consultation, my link is in the bottom of this video below. If you love this video, you'll enjoy this one as well.